my friend.
Dora.
Do you know what happened yesterday, baby girl?
What?
Are you okay?
I'm not feeling well at all. I've been experiencing heavy flow that I have never seen in my whole entire existence, and I am just not okay. I'm drained, feeling
What?
I am not well, and I don't know if it's I did the deed, okay? Don't judge, don't judge. I know.
What was penalty?
It's Spinardi. I met this guy friend
At the party yesterday.
things happened, and now I've been experiencing this.
Friend, don't you think I think you're pregnant? You know what, friend? I think you should go and see the doctor and like ASAP.
Hi, Jan. Do you get this note? Okay, let's see you next week. Bye.
Hi, she needs to see the doctor like urgently.
Do you have one? Please go in this home salon or we go to the doctor and find out if we can start your medicine. Thank you. Hi, we have people that need to see urgently. Will you be able to help him? Is that what you feel? Hi guys, he will be able to see you guys. You can finish off the form at the doctor's room. Follow me this way. Yes, going to be the network shortly.
Thank you.
You are Sarah Ndamsine.
Yes,
Okay. How can I help you today?
I am not feeling well at all. I've been experiencing some heavy flow, which I have never experienced, and I'm feeling very nauseous. And well, something happened on Saturday, so I'm assuming that I might be pregnant because I had unprotected sex, but I'm very confused as to why am I having periods and they're not normal at all. They're heavy. So I'm not sure.
Okay, when did the heavy flow start?
It started 3 days ago.
Have you experienced any aggressive diarrhea of any sorts?
Yeah, and I've been going to the toilet shampoo.
Those are the symptoms you've experienced?
Yes, and a bit of fatigue and I'm always tired and the diarrhea really strange because this is the lacking and
Really diarrhea. Okay, so I'm going to do some tests since you think that you're pregnant. Some of the symptoms are lining up with that cause, so I'll do some tests. Let me just check you out. Yeah. Okay. Lie down for me, so I'm going to press on your abdomen. You're going to tell me the experiencing pain, okay? Is it a sharp pain? Okay. Do you feel anything here?
right there. Ew.
Okay. Okay. Sit up. I'm going to check your airways, okay? Breathe in, deep breath. No. Breathe in. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, give you a cup, you're going to pee it, and then you're going to send that sample to the lab. We'll do some blood tests also, and then once we get those results, I'm going to let you know if there's any further progress. Okay. Okay, so we got your lab results back.
What did they say before you carry on? Like, I've been experiencing my feet are swollen and I have these rough patches. That is why I have this strong pain.
Okay.
What is going on?
Okay, so these are all symptoms of something called Hemolytic Syndrome. Right. When we got your results back, we saw that you have a low red blood count and a low platelet count. These are all indications of something wrong with your blood. Right? Now, hemolytic uremic syndrome is a blood disorder where there is a bacteria E. coli comes and it affects your blood. Right? It does this by destroying the platelets and the red blood cells in it. Now, this is a result of all of that. So you get red patches on your skin, you're going to feel a little bit of sensitivity in your stomach and everything because the E. coli is affecting your body and you are basically going into symptoms that will cause kidney failure if they are not sorted out. However, you're not that severe yet. There are treatment issues that we have to go through, right? So you will probably go through transfusions where you basically get out the blood that you have in your system and you replace it with new blood so that you can get more platelets and red blood cells into you. Okay, this will help reduce the symptoms that you're feeling and the red patches will disappear and everything and you'll be fine. If that treatment does not work, we are going to give you medication for which you will decrease because you're also going to experience high blood pressure. That's another sign of all of that. But we all have treatments to get that sorted. If it comes to the worst, we're going to have to do kidney dialysis because you won't be able to excrete waste out of your body. So you're going to have issues with diarrhea and all of that stuff. And if you feel that, you need to come into the hospital and we'll undergo dialysis with you and everything. However, it's not that severe yet. We're just going to give you some medication. We'll monitor your vitals, your plasma exchange, and all of that, and we'll see whether you need further treatment. But so far, I'm going to give you a prescription. You get medication. We're going to come in for a few sessions of transfusion, and then we're going to see what happens from there. Okay? Okay.
Am I going to die?
No, you won't. No, you won't. It is not that severe yet. Don't worry about it. After you give you the medication, we'll monitor you. I have a friend that is hosting a seminar very soon about HAS where you can learn more about it just in case you're more worried about anything. But don't worry, you're not at risk at any kidney failure or anything at this point. So here's a pamphlet about that. And after you go to the seminar, you can get more information and then you come to hospital and you do your things. Thank you. Enjoy.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hemolytic Syndrome seminar. What is HES? It is a disease characterized by hemolytic anemia, uremia, and low platelet count. It predominantly, but not exclusively, affects children. There are two types of HES, typical and atypical. The typical HES is infection-related, meaning the sugar toxin that produces E. coli or Shigella, which are bacteria, a pneumococcal infection, HIV, and other viral bacterial infections. The atypical one is divided into two sections. It is a complement factor abnormality, which is factor H deficiency and factor I deficiency. There's other ones which are CTD, drugs, and malignancy, as mentioned also for another atypical HES. This is the bacteria that causes this disease, E. coli. However, only about 10 to 15% of people infected with E. coli will develop HES. There are also other sources of infection, which are milk and meat products, incompletely cooked beef, poultry, pork, and lamb. There's also a human fecal oral transmission. Also, vegetables and salads and drinking water that may be contaminated by this bacteria resulting from animal waste can also lead to HES. E. coli originates from animals like the cattle shown in the image. Something to think about, since E. coli comes from animals, can this form of breeding transmit the disease? I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. There are other infections associated with HES. There are also viruses which include influenza and infectious mononucleosis. There's also bacteria, streptococci, and salmonella. Atypical pathophysiology involves the sugar toxin, as mentioned, but it binds to proteins on the surface of glomerular epithelium and inactivates a metalloproteinase called AGAMTS1-3, which is involved in the occlusive-latent TTP. The growing trauma lodges itself into smaller vessels, and then it destroys the red blood cells as it squeezes through these narrow vessels and forms schistocytes, which are blood patches. The formation of schistocytes can also lead to mild or moderate thrombocytopenia, which is a low platelet count. As mentioned, that HES is characterized by a low platelet count. Kidneys are the ones that tend to be affected by HES. The commonest clinical representations of HES is acute polyp, oliguria, and diarrhea. Also, as mentioned, it affects children between 1 to 5 years of age, and it develops 5 to 10 days after onset of diarrhea. Hypertension and hematuria are also common clinical features of HES. There are other neurological symptoms like irritability and seizures, which are very rare. Its investigations include complete blood count, peripheral blood smears, urine analysis, which checks for presence of hemoglobin, blood, and protein in the urine. Schistocytes, as seen in this image, are blood patches that result or are part of the symptoms of HES. To diagnose HES, normally doctors look at, or pathologists look at hemolytic anemia, thrombocytopenia, and acute renal failure, which are features of HES as well. Management includes supportive therapy, antibiotics, plasma therapy, and others. Supportive therapy is a primary treatment, and it monitors blood fluid status, which is blood and urine, blood pressure, neurological like the irritability and seizures. Also, antibiotics, they target the bacteria, E. coli, and shigellosis, pneumococcal HES, and all those things. Plasma therapy is applied to patients who suffer from atypical HES, which is complement factor abnormality, where they're given daily infusions of plasma or exchange of 1.5 times plasma volume. Infants which are affected by HES, they undergo other forms of treatment, which is a replacement of vitamin B12 or oral betaine and folic acid. This normalizes the metabolic abnormalities due to, and also prevents further episodes. Yes.
What are the side effects of the treatment?
That takes me to my next slide. With aggressive treatment, more than 90% of people who survive the acute phase, but only about 9% will develop end-stage renal diseases. A third of them may have abnormal kidney functions, and they may have, it appears years later, and they also may have to require long-term dialysis. About 8% of these people have other lifelong complications like high blood pressure, seizures, blindness, and paralysis. Yes? It is fatal only if you develop kidney failure, because once you have kidney failure, then you get risk of dying. So moving on. As mentioned before, that E. coli originates from animals. So how does it get to people when it comes from animals? People intake products that may be contaminated by the bacteria, and then it can be sprayed by feces. Right? So to avoid this, you need to wipe down work surfaces and kitchen utensils. Keep hands clean, especially when making food and making salads. Avoid raw salads and tomatoes and cucumbers. Bring unpasteurized food to the boil. Also, to avoid having this disease, good sanitation and maintenance of food hygiene can prevent typical HES, which is diarrhea-associated HES. However, once diagnosed with HES, supportive care with early dialysis supports remains the cornerstone of management. Non-effective atypical HES should be treated rapidly with plasma membrane because it does not come from bacteria, as mentioned. So efforts should be made to make an etiological diagnosis in cases of atypical HES as the treatment and prognosis is affected. And that is the end of our seminar. Thank you for joining.